Who's excited for the new year and the upcoming Harry Potter Return to Hogwarts special? Me. I'm so excited. I can't wait for it. I'm like counting down the days until New Year's Day to watch it. And let me tell you guys a story. Let me tell you how hard I tried to get to go to this thing. It's actually pretty hilarious, like how hard I tried to go to film this thing, to be invited to film this thing. So when it was first announced, I was like, oh my gosh, where are they filming this thing? I need to find out. So I tried to Google it, couldn't really find anything on Google, like, you know, where it was being filmed. So what I kind of did was, I was like thinking, like, where could this possibly be filming? And I came up with, I decided that it was probably likely going to be filmed at the studio tour in London, because that's where the movies is filmed. They could put all the actors into the sets of Harry Potter, of the sets that are still there. So I was like, okay, so if it's filming in London, who's producing it? Let me find the production company. I couldn't find anything on Google. So what I did was, I went onto all of the actors' like social media, couldn't really find anything, nothing really was there. And then what I did was, on Bonnie Wright's Instagram, she had reshared a post by one of the production companies. So I went onto that production company, went onto their website, emailed all of those contacts, trying to get invited to the thing. And then that production company had posted that they were working with this other production company, so I emailed all those people. And then that production company had tagged like somebody else that was also working on the special for something else, so I emailed all those people too. So I didn't hear back from anybody. But I did have to shoot my shot. So I emailed all those people, and I was willing to fly to London from Hawaii at the drop of a hat. At the very last minute, passport in hand, I was ready to go within hours. If someone had told me like, yes, you can come, you're invited, you have a seat, I would have booked that ticket so quickly, and I would have gone to London within like, I would have booked the next flight out of here to go. Like, I would have done it. I really would have done it. But nobody got back to me, and I was like, whatever. So then I had kind of confirmed that it was going to be filmed at the studio tour, because I was like, okay, so if it's going to be filmed at the studio tour, let's check the hours of the studio tour and see what day it's going to be filming at the studio tour. So I checked the hours of the studio tour, and it was like Wednesday and Thursday, studio tour was closed. I was like, oh, well, obviously, there you go. Like, there you go. That's when it's being filmed, because they're not usually closed on Wednesday and Thursday, but the studio tour was completely closed on Wednesday and Thursday. And I was like, okay, it's confirmed that it's gonna be filmed at studio tour, so it's gonna be filmed in London. How can I get to London? How am I gonna get there? How am I gonna get an invite? Let's figure this out. I'm back to continue telling my story from a different day, but anyways, yeah. So I had kind of like had it confirmed that they were filming at the studio tour in London. But then what I also did was, I found people. I didn't find people. I was just like in the comment section of like Instagram and TikTok and then there were like people that worked at the studio tour that was like saying things like, oh, there's gonna be extra security tomorrow, this and this and that. So that just kind of confirmed that they were filming at the studio tour on whatever day. And then a couple days later, I see that Tom Felton uploaded on his Instagram that he was like decked out in his Slytherin gear in a car on his way to the studio tour, and I was like, yeah, it's happening. But I didn't get an invite, I didn't get to go, which is fine. Like, that's cool. I kind of wasn't like really expecting it to happen, but it was worth shooting my shot, right? If I don't shoot my shot, never know. I could have gotten an invite, I could have gone, and like in my email it was just like it had said something like, oh, if it's like anything like the Friends reunion that was filmed and there's gonna be like a studio audience, I'd love to be there. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, blah 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 blah, and yeah, just to, you know, shoot my shot, because why not? But I didn't get an invite, and it's okay, and I'm excited to see it tomorrow, well, tonight. So, but yeah, like, that's the kind of lengths that, like, I'm willing to go. Like, unfortunately, I don't have enough clout or status to be invited to these things, you know. It's worth shooting your shot. You never know. It's worked for me with other things in the past, so you never know. Anyway, Happy New Year. I hope you guys all have a magical year. I hope 2022 is filled with a lot more magic than the last couple years have been filled with. And yeah,